Hey, BigWowBig listeners! I just wanted to give you guys a heads up before this podcast episode gets started that my mic is very clippy for some reason during this episode. I think I just had a mishap with the gain, and I need to fix it. I'm using a new microphone, so I just want to let you guys know before this episode gets started and apologize on account of the clippiness. But regardless, I hope you enjoy episode 7 of our podcast, and we will see you tomorrow. This isn't the end of it. I don't know why I said that, but enjoy the podcast. Welcome back, I think.
Hey!
It's Big Pow Wad time. Nice to see all of you on this Friday, July 7th. That's a joke from an upcoming series. Subscribe so you don't miss it. It'll come out literally on July 7th.
Yeah, you will understand that joke on July 7th.
This joke only makes sense on July 7th. I almost said 9/11 because of how close... It was close enough to rhyme that it almost made me say that.
Yo, who watching this on July 7th?
Leave a comment if you're in July 7th right now.
Who's still here in 2023?
Yeah.
I wish people would leave comments underneath our videos and our podcasts the way that old people leave comments on classic rock Vivo channels. Like, I want underneath this episode of the podcast, Dave Thompson just... I remember when this song came out. This is real music.
Yeah.
I met my wife to this song. We played it at our wedding.
This is real content. You won't find this anywhere in this world nowadays.
We the best music. DJ Khaled. That's some great DJ Khaled nonsense. Is him at either a concert or some kind of music festival trying to get the crowd hyped. And just, it was ninja levels of complete lack of energy. Mm-hmm. Nobody participating, trying to be hype. Like, come on, bring the energy, raise the roof. And everybody's like,
I'm not seeing enough movement.
Yeah, just legitimately.
Yeah.
What does DJ Khaled do? What has he ever done for a song or anything besides just say his name?
He sits in his big fucking house. I assume he mixes music and makes tracks because he's a DJ. I don't know.
He sits in his big house and he refuses to eat pussy all day.
I don't really know.
Because that's famously DJ Khaled will not eat pussy because he says that oral is a woman's job.
Oral is a woman's job. Well.
For the ladies.
Yeah. Oral is restricted only for the believers.
DJ Khaled's like, how am I supposed to give oral to a woman? They don't have penises.
Yeah. How am I supposed to suck this dick?
The invisiboner.
The invisiboner to the invisible.
The invisiboner. Invisible to the naked eye.
There's only one man who has ever seen it, and he's dead.
That's like One Piece.
One Piece.
Yeah, just Goldie Roger left behind the invisiboner.
You think I understand a One Piece reference, you fucking weeb?
It's the fucking primary plot of One Piece is just that Goldie Roger, king of pirates, was like, hey, there's this one thing that if you get it, you become king of pirates. I hid it somewhere, and then he fucking died. And the whole show of One Piece is trying to find that to become the king of pirates. I'm honestly surprised that you wouldn't know this, considering the mutual people that we know that are obsessed with it.
I only know of one obsessed person that I know of that I know that is obsessed with it, and they didn't talk to me about it.
Never?
No.
Never One Pieced it up?
They probably talked about it, but they didn't talk about the show.
Damn. I still haven't seen One Piece myself.
I'm not watching One Piece.
It's fucking huge.
I can say that with confidence. It's like Sonic Unleashed, the anime.
I think there's less episodes of One Piece than there are of Grey's Anatomy.
There's like a meme of like a tall, I don't remember what it might be an Attack on Titan screenshot, but it's like this tall creature over like like a big creature and then a taller creature standing over them, and it's like One Piece, Sesame Street.
There are a lot of Sesame Street episodes.
Yeah, Sesame Street's been around longer than your dad.
I mean, it's old. It's been going since what, like the late 70s, maybe the 80s.
I'm pretty sure it's older than that, even.
I thought it was 70s.
I thought it was like, I don't know, maybe. I thought it was older than that.
Sesame Street. When did this shit first start airing? Sesame Street. God, the only thing that comes up is fucking... I don't want the shopping tab by default.
Yes, you do.
No, I don't. Wow, first episode, November 10th, 1969.
There you go.
So just before the turn of the 70s.
There you go.
So if you were born, yeah, I think, yeah, Sesame Street is older than my dad.
Sesame Street is older than my dad and barely older than my mom.
Old.
Yeah. It's a shame that kids were invented in the 1960s because they're so annoying.
Kids were invented by Big Sesame Street to sell toys.
Yeah.
You think that, like, generations are just made up for the sake of marketing to specific demographics? Like, there's not really any purpose to, like, separating people every 20 years or so beyond just the basics of, like, being able to easily call out a certain demographic.
There's a lot of things like that. A lot of terms people just surround a group of people with. Besides, like, white, there's like a lot of like niche grouping words that people use just to market.
White. I'm Italian. I'm German.
I am 1776.
Yeah. I'm white, actually. My great-grandmother was an Irish princess. I'm 1% Irish on my dad's side.
I think I'm actually like also like 1% Irish. I think.
This is a joke about how people say with like that they're Native American or have Native American blood. My great-grandma was a Cherokee princess.
Yeah, no, I think I actually do have like the littlest bit of Irish in me, but it's mostly Italian and German.
Hey, you ever see Hosier? Wish I had a little Irish in me.
No.
You never seen Hosier?
I've listened to the one song about church.
I urge you
when it was
to go look
up.
at a photograph of Hosier. Andrew Hosier Burns. That is one fine ass man. He is fine as hell.
Damn, I'm gonna need a headache. My shit's killing me right now.
Fucking, like ibuprofen or Tylenol or something.
I have Tylenol. It's not in my hand. It's up, and I gotta get up. Fuck! I hate this thing.
I just realized I also have my phone, and I could just send you a picture of Hosier.
I'm Googling one. That's why I'm on my phone.
Yeah, but I need to send you specifically, like, the hottest pictures of Hosier.
I can see what you mean from these pictures.
He's fucking fine as hell.
He is a good-looking dude.
He is, and he's tall, and he's got that sweet Irish voice.
He looks like if Machine Gun Kelly went to college. Ugh.
How did he get the name Machine Gun Kelly?
I can't possibly fucking imagine how you would get that name. You probably would make it up.
What is his name? His name? Mr. Gunn. What is his actual name?
I don't know. If I remember correctly, it's really stupid. I don't remember.
Colson Baker.
Colson, that's right.
How do you go from Colson Baker to Machine Gun Kelly?
I don't know. I think your name being Colson Baker is a fair enough reason, to be honest.
How?
I think that's all you need is the motivation.
I got the name Machine Gun Kelly because of my rapid fire delivery when I was 15 and started doing shows. Nicknamed MGK by his fans.
I'm so intimidated by the vibe.
What? This vibe or Machine Gun Kelly's?
I think you meant Colson's.
Oh, yeah. Colson Baker.
Machine Gun Colson.
Yeah, how do you get the name Kelly out of that?
Because people were screaming at him, probably. I don't know. Or it sounded better. I don't know.
Who knows? I feel like he says that that's like what people would call him because, he had rapid fire delivery. I feel like that is the kind of story that is 100% just he made up that name. Like somebody who makes their own nickname. And then it's like, yeah, everybody calls me Machine Gun Kelly, Hey, my friends, they call me MGK. They call me Machine Gun Kelly. It's like, okay, Coulson. Did you come up with that in like your bedroom? Just late one night trying to sound cool?
I don't know. I came up with a lot of names in my bedroom, including the name of this show and the channel. I came up with in my bedroom.
Scream a lot of names in my bedroom.
So like, if something happens where we're in front of a live crowd and people are like, how'd you get your name? I'm going to be like, you want to know, it's the craziest fucking story. I thought of it. And then I said it, and it sounded good.
I used my brain.
Yeah.
It was actually a name given to me. There's this one dude called My Brain who actually said it. There's artists that I know, they don't take credit for anything that they either come up with subconsciously or that comes to them in a dream. That if they have the idea for like a song, or maybe if they're like a writer, any like words written, something like that comes to them in a dream, they're very hesitant or decline to take credit for that, for coming up with that, because they feel like that wasn't them who came up with it, because it was just kind of like handed to them, even if it was like, by like their subconscious or whatever. But they feel like because that wasn't something that they put any creative effort into, then it's not something that they made. And I think it's more either about the process, or some of them just say like, they feel like the ideas like that is not something that they come up with. It's just stuff that's like just given to them by the universe, just handed to them.
This pizza's not mine. I didn't make it. The oven made it. It's not mine. Like, that's not... There's no reason to like not take credit for something you thought of, even if you didn't mean to think of it. BigWowBig came to me randomly. I didn't choose to think of BigWowBig. It just came to me and I said it out loud. It just happened to stick.
I guess the idea of it more, I guess, is just about the fact that like there wasn't any like creativity or effort put into it. Like where if we put something under like the BigWowBig name, that's something that we put in the effort to create for the sake of BigWowBig. Right. That we are saying this is a part of BigWowBig. Whereas if, like something just like happens upon, like say you just stumble upon a random video on a hard drive that you didn't put there, that just got randomly appeared, and then we uploaded that to BigWowBig, you feel like, well, it's my video, but I didn't make it. It just kind of happened, but I didn't like put the work or love into it to make it like a part of my art.
That's what happened to
part of my image.
That's what happened to the Star Wars kid. A few kids in his class uploaded that video. He didn't upload it. He eventually dealt with it, and then, it died. So whatever.
It is unfortunate now with how everybody has, just cameras in their pockets at all time. There's how many TikToks there are of just somebody trying to exist in a public space, whether or not they know they're being filmed, that it's so easy for somebody to be put into the public eye in a way that they don't want to or intend to. Completely out of their control, because everybody just has the capability of doing that on the fly. There's people that like their life has been turned completely upside down in a matter of hours, because maybe they were having like a bad day and like they like started crying in a Walmart, and then somebody recorded that and it was like, why this lady crying in a Walmart? And then all of a sudden now you're the crying Walmart lady. But like that crying Walmart lady probably didn't want that. This isn't a real example. The world's
so scary. You can walk out in public and
it's so terrifying.
You can walk out in public and get in your car, and if you get into an accident, then your car takes damage, and you do too. And then like what? Now you're the car crash person. Such a shame. It's just like there's like not enough. There's not enough time in my fucking life to like worry about if someone's filming me. I don't fucking care.
You know, but there was very recently. So there's some British TV host. He's on some like, whatever. I guess it'd be like a British kind of like Good Morning America type thing.
Good morning, Britannia.
Good morning, jolly old England. His brother just got like discovered to be like a predator, like a pedophile, or as the British say, a nonce.
A nonce.
A nonce. And one piece of evidence of this, of him like grooming this teenager, is like a random influencer in England taking a video at a restaurant, and in the background is that person with the teenager like eating at that restaurant. And it's just so like randomly captured because everybody has a phone in their pocket. Now it's like the incriminating evidence.
Yep, that's why when people get pulled over by the cops, they start recording.
Yep.
Because it's for their safety, so there's evidence if the cop does shit.
Piece of advice, get dash cams. Rear and forward and back.
Yep.
It is, you will, if you ever get into an accident, it is the easiest proof of, you know, like a lack of wrongdoing. It's just, it has saved so many people from an unfortunate scenario. Or even just the fact that a lot of people, if they are in a situation where they are like in danger in their vehicle, or somebody comes up to the window and like is harassing them, or if there's like a bad encounter with an officer, some like just like telling them like, hey, I got cameras, I got dash cams. That's like enough. That's like a protection ward. Because they're just like, oh shit, I want someone to see me do this. I don't want evidence.
You can't prove that I fucked this Pokemon. You can't prove it. There's no penis marks within the anus. You can't prove it.
But what Pokemon though?
I don't know.
What Pokemon would be like your number one?
For like smashing?
Yeah.
Number one Pokemon for smashing. I don't know. It's been I did like a year or two ago, me and Chandler did on my Twitch channel, we did the Pokemon Smasher Pass for all of them, and I don't know like most of the Pokemon, and most is an understatement. Like it's hard to be like number one.
Just got to make like the quick tier list in your mind.
That's not even what's like happening. I'm just trying to think of any Pokemon I would smash. Or I would have like
a woman.
I would have like put Smash on that thing. To which, speaking of which, that's a good guest episode idea for Chandler. Is doing Pokemon Smasher Pass again.
Would be good.
Number one Pokemon for smashing.
Baller guest episode would be doing all the mini games in Pokemon Stadium.
Oh yeah, I don't know who we'd bring on for that.
Somebody with a Nintendo Switch.
Somebody with the Nintendo Switch.
I'm gonna get back to playing Animal Crossing New Leaf on my Nintendo Switch.
Yep, that's never gonna happen.
Nope.
I'm just waiting for the Wii Virtual Console so I can finally play Mario Wii.
I mean, if we didn't get the GameCube Virtual Console, we're not getting Wii.
Well, we didn't get it yet, but we might. In terms of the past tense from right now, no, we didn't get it.
I hold no optimism for getting either GameCube or Wii Virtual Console. Both because I gave my explanation in Mario Sunshine, which hasn't come out by the time that this comes out, which is just that every game on the GameCube was either so resellable and so modern that you could just port it, or it was a title that was not licensed to Nintendo specifically, so they wouldn't have the right to put it in a virtual console. They wouldn't have like any like exclusivity or any like licensing for any of those.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not like worried about it. I'm not like, yes, I know they're gonna do a GameCube Virtual Console, or like, there's no way Nintendo's gonna do a GameCube Virtual Console. Nintendo is not my dick, so I don't fucking care what they do. Whatever they do, I'm gonna use it and play it probably. So if they do a GameCube Virtual Console, I will be pleasantly surprised. If they don't do one, I will continue to care just as much as I do about the Switch, which is a
if
very
it happens,
medium
whatever.
amount.
If it doesn't happen, whatever.
Exactly. Like, I just don't, I'm not like, it's like I was like, I'm saying like a lot, but when we were playing, I don't remember what competitive game we were playing, but we were playing some one-off where we were facing each other, and there was like so much shit talking from one side, and I was just like, I'm not competitive enough to like give a shit about this.
Was this the Eggman?
I think so. It was either that, or if we did any other competitive one-off, then it might have been that, but
well, it would have been that or like Kirby maybe.
oh yeah. No, I think it was Kirby. I remember mentioning it during Kirby. We also did Uno, but that was just dog shit.
It's Uno.
Oh yeah, we did have you guys haven't seen it yet in the day of this coming out, but we did have a super shitter fall apart episode we did recently where we tried to play Wheel of Fortune, and we got paired up with a person online that was like Wheel of Fortune sweating, and then we just like gave up on Wheel of Fortune because we got shit on in like 10 minutes, and then we tried to go play Monopoly, and then in the middle of Monopoly, I got frozen on a menu, so I couldn't play the game, and then Mia got disconnected, and it was like the worst episode of Big Wow Big I've ever seen. Like every
fucking horrendous.
part of it fell apart. Besides that, we have the footage and the audio. That's like the security of the video itself is there, but the video, like the content, just like fell fucking apart. And I just wanted to do a one-off.
Yeah, that just between Wheel of Fortune getting hijacked by a stranger and Monopoly crashing, it has to be like one of the biggest dumpster fires we've had so far.
It's definitely the biggest dumpster fire we've had on air. Like we've found out we've lost like several hours of footage before postmortem. But that's the biggest shit show that we've witnessed ongoing in an ongoing episode. And it was like nuts to witness. And like I can't even like process it to describe it for you all, but you'll see it in like a couple weeks or something.
The best way I could describe doing that was like, for the most part, just standing on the train tracks, just watching it barrel towards you. And
yeah,
like, well, this is just gonna hurt.
I don't know. I'm gonna have to get up in a second and get Tylenol and eye drops. This is the fucking worst. My God.
Take the Tylenol. Took long enough to get back.
It's so annoying.
Here.
I need to like eye drop this like eye goop and shit out of my eye, and I have a headache. So.
Did you know that you can become dependent on Tums?
You can become dependent on most things.
Like there's like straight up like Tums withdrawals. Because when you take, like, heartburn relief things or, like, antacid things, a lot of heartburn relief medicines, they work by disabling the, like, receptors in your stomach that are, like, causing the pain, or, like, you know, around that area that, like, are producing the acid that causes the pain and registers that. And if you stop taking it, then all of the receptors turn back on, and because they haven't been used in a while, they're way more sensitive than they used to be. So if you stop taking heartburn medication, your heartburn actually gets worse than it was before you took it. And if you use, like, this is, like, you gotta be careful with how much antacid you use. I know it seems like a fucking magic potion that, like, oh no, that food ain't sitting too good. My stomach hurt. Time for some Tums. You gotta be real careful, because that, like, if you just rely on Tums, then your stomach is going to get, like, as soon as you stop using it, you are going to be in way more pain. It is gonna be way worse. Don't fall into the Tums rabbit hole. I am staring at Emmy's titties. I am staring. There they are. They're right there.
That's facts. Yeah, you know what? Let's use these conversation starters.
I don't think we've used.
I don't think we've used them at all.
Fusion.
Oh wait, yeah, no, we. I guess we did that, but I don't think I like looked them up and shit.
I think we did. We like looked up conversation starters like in Metroid Fusion.
Maybe I
we were
did.
in
I don't know.
Sector 3.
I don't know.
I remember this.
I'm gonna go. I just got a new job. I'm gonna like walk in and ask all the managers like all 96 of these questions.
Yeah, to start like asking the questions that were like on the thing you filled out.
Who is your favorite author? Yeah, literally. Coffee or tea, summer or winter, spicy or not spicy, makes so much sense. And then to on top of all that is pizza or tacos, which are two completely different.
I saw
foods.
this one app that was like
I'm at the combination Pizza Hut and Taco Bell.
Yeah.
That's for that. That's for only.
I saw this
those
one
people.
app that it's like a thing that like you do with like your partner or whatever, and you both like fill out this quiz. They ask you the same questions, and then at the end of it, you like compare results with each other to see like where you differ on certain things. So it'll
After you compare results to see whose is bigger.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought you were gonna continue your thing.
I was just bringing that up as a thing that I saw that existed because it was brought to mind by the conversation starters.
This is funny too because I see like a couples section on this random conversation starter list.
Section.
The idea is that like the couples would be asked this, so like we'd both have to answer these, I guess, if the question was being asked.
Just do like a miniature newlyweds.
Yeah, like so like when was the last time you felt really connected during conversation? Right now.
Right now, we're so connected.
2 seconds ago. If you could ask your partner one question, what would it be? If you could ask your partner one question, what would it be? That's what I would ask.
If you could ask your partner one question, what would it be?
That's my question.
Yeah, that's my question.
What would be your dream vacation destination? That doesn't really have to do with your partner.
You know? But
where would you want to go with me? Where would you want to go with me?
All the way.
Where in the world would you want to go with Cosmic Emerald?
You know, that is a good question, though. I've always thought it would be fun to just, like, during the winter time, rent out a cabin or something and just have, like, winter festivities with some friends in a nice, like, not like unplugged, like fully away from civilization type thing, but someplace cozy, you know?
Yeah,
it's always been a dream trip of mine.
What makes you feel most loved by your partner? The sex, I think.
Yeah, the sex.
These conversation starters are fucking stupid. Like, there's so many, like random funny conversation starters, and they're so bad. Like, nobody with social confidence would start. So maybe somebody with false social confidence would start a conversation like this.
Somebody who read a book on social confidence.
What would you do if you won the lottery?
Wow.
I dare you, audience.
Have a lot of money.
I dare you, audience. Go to your local Starbucks and try to start somebody like that. Just like ask them that.
What would you do if you won the lottery?
What would you do for a Klondike bar?
Man, I was thinking about Klondike bars like yesterday. I want one.
Klondikes are fucking fire.
Summer is getting hot. The only thing I'm not the biggest fan of with a Klondike bar is just getting chocolate all over my fingers and it getting melty by the time you're like reaching the end of it. I don't like it getting melty.
That is annoying, but
they're fucking tasty.
It's worth it if you can get through it fast enough to not have that effect, or you could just eat it with a napkin, like hold it with a napkin. That's doable.
I did have. Oh my god! I had earlier. I was in the car with my grandma, of course, as I always am. This is after one of her appointments. We went through Whataburger for drinks. I got a milkshake. Yeah, Whataburger.
Whataburger from Whataburger.
But I got a strawberry milkshake, and it was pretty good. But when we were ordering, it was like, "Can we get a milkshake? Yeah, what size? large, and
Milk.
the lady was like, "Ooh, let's go, large milkshake."
Ooh, victory royale.
Yeah, she was just straight up just like what size? Large? Ooh, let's go.
Okay.
She was very fun. She was great.
Mm,
She brought some good energy to the day.
I'm glad. She brought a lot of weird energy to me just now.
What, you're not you don't think that it's appropriate to be excited about somebody getting a large milkshake?
I just don't.
Like hyping that up.
I don't think I would be okay after experiencing that. Maybe. I don't know.
I personally found it very delightful.
Well, you have your opinions about Mario Sunshine and I have mine, so.
So I was like, hell yeah. I am getting a big milkshake.
I don't know. I mean, to be fair, you spend an obscenely larger amount of time around your grandmother than I do around mine. So
True.
I am not as sociable, and I'm not a huge fan of people reacting to things I do. Like if I got a large milkshake, which I probably would like once a decade, if I ever did, just because I wouldn't finish it, I would probably like order it. And if somebody was like, "Hell yeah, let's go," I would just be like, "Yeah, so how much is it?"
Yeah. Also, just for the record, I don't, just for the audience at home, I don't spend a lot of time with my grandmother out of just like, oh yeah, my grandma's my best friend. No, she's sick and she's old.
No, it's me as like job.
She's a feeble old woman.
And me as the only family member that can walk.
Yeah, I'm like the only person that can lift her fucking like 30-pound scooter out of the back of her car.
Oh my god.
Actually, no, just the battery from it is like 30 pounds. So that's my job. That's
yeah.
a lot of my days. I think I was mentioning it during a recent thing. Like I spend a lot of time sitting in parking lots. Spent some time sitting in a parking lot today, and I just was playing some Zelda, and it's made me strongly consider either getting a new set of Joy-Cons or just a Joy-Con repair kit just to fix the drift myself.
Yeah.
Because it was very annoying. I brought like my Pro controller to use, so I didn't have to deal with drift.
Mm-hmm.
But then sitting in the car, I couldn't find any place to like put my Switch. That was like a comfortable place to just like set it down and look at the screen.
Yeah, that's not,
because I'm not, it's a
that's
tiny
not
little
something that
screen. And
works.
if you're not,
you'd have to have like a third party fucking like stick your Switch to your windshield like your phone. Like nobody
I had to
does
get
that.
like a suction cup thing.
Yeah.
I ended up having to do like I like crossed one leg over my knee, and then like, so I had like this kind of situation going on, one leg crossed over, and just like leaned my Switch against the leg that was crossed over top, and that worked out the best of anything else that I tried. But yeah, I think I need to.
I hardly take
I need to fix up these Joy-Cons.
I was always called out by there's like a split between the demographic who were into the Switch and why they were into it. It's either you were into it because you're like, I can play all these new games on the go and stuff, or you're like, all these new games are coming out on this new console and I want it. I'm of the home console demographic. I don't take my Switch hardly anywhere. I don't really like I would love to just get a 3DS, but I just fucking haven't and can't right now.
The 3DS is based.
I'd probably get a 2DS XL, to be honest. That thing looks dope. I would probably, like, there's a few games I want to play that are on those, but that's the only, I see the Switch as a mobile thing, but there's not a single game on my Switch I would want to play on the go. I just would play I play little shitter mobile games when I'm on the go because I have my phone. I don't need to bring something that's like 4 of my phones to play Mario. I don't care. I can
bringing
play
around bringing around a Switch as like a mobile gaming thing really makes you feel like an iPad baby.
They're like, it's like people. One of the biggest examples is like, oh, you could fit a few Smash games in on your lunch break. Like, who the fuck is doing that? Who's like, I'm going on my lunch break. Does anybody want to play Smash?
Yeah, just casually
Joy-Cons
pulling
and
out
tiny
a Switch.
like no, like No one does that except for in Nintendo commercial world.
And
in the Nintendo
it's
cinematic
not
universe.
for how much it's marketed as a portable console, it really should have come with a carrying case.
I wish it was like a 3DS and like the big top screen was just like what you saw on the TV and it would work like with a controller. Like just basically the Switch, but instead of like a Wii U tablet, like a 3DS. I think that would have been cool, but I know why that isn't what it is.
It's basically one of the only ways that I can conveniently carry around my Switch anywhere if I want to like bring it somewhere is by detaching the controllers from the side so the screen will just like fit into a small thing.
Yeah, I have a carrying case specifically for the tablet. The only issue with that is that if I wanted to bring a controller, I couldn't because the case can only hold the tablet. I honestly don't really care about getting new Joy-Cons right now. In fact, I'm investing in new Pro controllers. I want to get like a few of them, and I've just seen like a couple cool looking ones.
Yeah, the only reason why I consider Joy-Cons now, whereas it hasn't been a priority for me before, is just because I'd like to be able to use my... It's the same reason I got a replacement battery for the laptop that I barely use, and that I will like eventually get rid of. It's just because I don't want to be like tethered down with it. I want to be able to use the full functionality of the device that I own. And if it's something that is cheap enough to fix or wouldn't really take all that much effort of myself to restore that functionality, then I might as well, because I don't want to be limited when I could have the option of like, you know, if I want to lay down in bed and play Zelda, I want to be able to do that by just holding the console and not have to set up a thing with a controller and all that. I want the functionality of my device and all of its features. I want to use my features, god damn it! I want HD rumble. I want portability.
Joy-Cons eventually. I just like don't. It's not so much that like I'm good with money. I just like know what I don't give a shit about buying right now.
I mean, don't you have Joy-Cons?
Yeah, but there's drift on. I threw away my old ones that came with my Switch because they have drift and these have drift too. Plus, I had the two ugliest fucking Switch Joy-Cons ever. I wanted to replace them anyway. I don't want to. They're ugly anyway. I may as well just throw them away. I don't want them. I'll just get...
It would be cheaper for you to get a joystick replacement and a decal cover, or like even a case replacement for your Joy-Cons than it would be to buy new ones.
That's not the same. I've already been exposed to the insides.
But you've already torn it open?
Yeah, you think I'm just gonna deal with that bitch just because she's wearing makeup?
Yo, take your Joy-Con swimming on the first date.
Plus, like, I don't want to map the sticker and then fuck it up by like a 0.3 degree angle, and now it's like off and like the buttons look weird fine. And it's not. I'm not like I just promise you that I'm just like in the next like year, probably by the end of 2024, I will have new Joy-Cons.
This is
probably
the thing
by the summer.
About replacing Joy-Cons, it is literally like you screw it into place in like, you know, it's like held into the correct position automatically because of like where the screws are, and then you just put in like you just plug in the ribbon cable, and then it's just that easy. And then of course you should do a calibration, but you can always just quickly go into your Switch settings anyways. Like even first party controllers with like default joysticks, you still have to calibrate. But it's
eyelash
super,
that was bugging me fell out of my boobs.
Oh.
I mean, like, I'm just not a... There are just some tech things that I will not put the research in to fix if I can just buy a new one. I'm such a simple Sandra. I really don't give a shit. That's why I am I'm investing in cooler looking third party Pro controllers, because I know that they will work better. And they're cheaper, and I can order them and they'll be delivered in like a day or two. And I don't have Prime personally. I should get Prime. Maybe if I go on a ordering purge, I'll get it for like a month. But yeah, I just
can't you get you can get Prime with a student email. I think like a trial at least you can get Prime with.
No, yeah, no, you're right. No, it's cheaper for students.
Yeah.
But I know that I'm more so invested in like PC stuff. I'm not invested in buying anything right now. But
Yeah.
what I would move to first probably is PC equipment. I have quite a few different components to a PC setup that I want to invest in, but I'm not sure if it would be that. I also have a lot of just other random shit I want to get. I also have a house to live in and also groceries to have. So until like I'm not going to buy any of that stuff until I am comfortable. Like I will know when I'm 100% comfortable ordering something on Amazon. Like there's a lot of little cheap stuff I can get along the way, but there's a lot of purchases that I would get that are like how there's the fucking Switch save on the 2 games thing, pay $100 for two $60 games.
Yeah, the vouchers.
Which I would do, but again, that's $100, and that's like a chunk of my rent money. It's just not the same.
Yeah.
It's not the same as it used to be. What is that song?
I don't know. I've never heard it.
I know. I'm just trying to remember. I know that it's a me song. I think I'm thinking of Make Believe by the music band. Temple Mayfire. I think that's the name.
Make Believe by
That's a
the
good
music
song.
band. It has to be the most fake shit just in the entire world.
Make Believe is the name of the song.
Yeah.
It's Make Believe by Memphis Mayfire. I think I said Temple Mayfire.
That's something. Whatever.
I got the imp right. I'm just like
Your,
mainly anticipating. I don't know. Go through my Amazon wish list.
who's your favorite stooge?
I don't have
Like
one.
Larry, Curly, Moe, Shemp.
I don't fucking know who they are. I don't have one.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
You know what? For fucking real, I need a fucking standing desk. I want one so bad.
Ah, man, I've been thinking about how
I need
much
one
I
of those.
spend sitting every day.
Like, this one's so
sedentary.
This one's so big and it's like not even that expensive in terms of standing desks. And it's electric. Oh my god. I'm gonna keep this one on my radar. This little baby.
The desk that I have now, I think I've had now for maybe a year. Maybe no. Actually, it must have been. Fuck, when did I get this desk? How long have I had this desk for? I
haven't
Do I have any like
I got
proof
these.
of this desk existing in time?
I have a set of desks that have a corner rounding, but I don't use it. But I've had these 2 desks. I got them when I moved here, so I've had them since like August.
When did I get this desk?
I don't know. When did you get this attitude?
I've always had this attitude, because I'm a bitch.
I'm the worst. Also, one of the pettiest things that I will probably buy one day is the Stream Deck XL. I just want it so bad.
So many buttons.
It's so many buttons. I could fit like so much more shit on it for each scene. I could have so much functionality while I'm streaming and shit. I could have everything on one screen. I hate having to go through pages.
Mm-hmm.
It's so stupid. Why can't I have the tech I want now today?
This is another one of those days where my stomach is making a lot of loud noises that I hope the microphone can't hear, but probably can.
Thank God. Now I'm going to turn your mic gain up for the rest of the podcast.
No!
Yeah, I have an Amazon wish list that's just like random little fucking things I saw, mainly tech.
There is literally no historical evidence of me getting this desk, but I've had it for like at least a year. That's as much as I can say.
You've also been alive that long.
Yeah.
At least a year. I keep seeing these.
I feel like it's close to 2 years.
I keep seeing these mechanical keyboards with like circular buttons. I don't know how to explain this if you don't know what I'm talking about.
Wait. Do they have like, are they the circular keys, or are they like separate buttons? Like separate like modules?
They're like, the keys are circular. It's this kind of like it's just a round keycap, but
Yeah, it's like typewriter style.
Yeah, like I don't know if I could comfortably use that. I feel like it would either be like really dope or really uncomfortable.
I guess the usage of that would be you'd be less likely to accidentally hit 2 keys at once because the difference
The functionality of it is because it's circles. Stupid. Nah.
It's just a well-rounded keyboard.
There's a fly in my face.
Oh.
There was a fly in my face. Ah.
If there's a fly in your face, then you might be on your knees. Get it? Like the fly on pants.
There's a fly in my Freddy's.
'Cause you're sucking dick.
I didn't get it. Thanks for explaining your weird joke.
You're welcome.
I did find a shelf that's pretty good for its price. I'm actually pretty impressed. Oh, it's super on sale. That's why. Oh, man, I'm going to miss it. Lame.
Ah, no.
Cringe sale. Cringe on sale now.
Cringe.
And now get cringe at your local Walmart. Like Mr. Beast cringeables.
Mr. Beast chocolate.
You know what? This shelving unit actually looks dope, and it's got like cord gaps on the top and the bottom of the shelf. Damn. That looks lit, actually. And it's cheap. Sheesh. I'm going to add this to my list just in case I decide to get it later. Online shopping is silly. Just fun to look at random shit.
It is.
I've always been one who would opt in for the idea of a wall shelf, like a floating shelf, but I don't know if I don't know if I would actually enjoy that. I would enjoy it for a couple things. I don't think I would be able to enjoy it. Like I would enjoy if my TV was off the ground. But you don't need like a
TV on the ground over
here
right now because it's I don't know why my camera keeps moving up and down like crazy. I have my old TV that I don't use anymore, and
I'm gonna adjust in my fucking seat.
There we go. Get the camera back up. Just raise my arms up and it'll start going back towards my face. There it is. Yeah, old TV that I don't use anymore. Even though it's 1080p 60, it's just way too big and I don't need it. And my monitor that broke like a month ago, or not even a month ago, like a couple weeks ago. And it's just they're both sitting down there, and I don't know what to do with them. I don't know how to get rid of them. I like the TV I should sell because it's like a 1080p 60 FPS TV. It's a smart TV. I should sell it and get some value out of it. But also,
if you go to patreon.com right now and get the TV tier, you'll get the TV.
That's just just pay for that tier on the Patreon and we'll send you only one person can pay for it. One member at a time, and I'll send you this TV.
Here's the difference. It's the exact same as the highest tier, except you get the TV.
You are the receiver of the TV.
Yes.
Yeah, and in case you didn't know, we do have a Patreon, and you should go check it out.
You should go look at all the content that's currently up on it. There's so much
rewards.
There's so much new stuff that is fresh. We update it very frequently.
Hey, why would we start cooking before the customers walk in? That's what I say.
I don't know. Maybe because we want the customers to give a shit and have something to pay for? Huh, crazy. Why would we build the restaurant if the customers aren't knocking at the door? I don't know. Maybe we need the door for them to knock at.
Like I'm saying, if our content over there is more catered to audience interaction, like the live streams, stuff like that, then there's no point in doing that if there aren't members there. Other things that aren't,
you know why it's called
like
Patreon? Because you need to pay so we can make the Treon.
More like pay trans.
Exactly.
So that's what you're doing.
Yes, we donate 100% of our Patreon funds to the Trans Foundation.
Yeah, but that means if you go over to our Patreon now and you become a member, you're getting in on the ground floor. Wouldn't you like to say that you were there for the first Patreon live stream? Wouldn't that just make you feel so special?
I wish you, probably with some kind of limit on it, but I wish you could make like custom Discord style roles in like your live chat. That'd be cool.
In like YouTube or Twitch chat?
Yeah, I guess. Maybe if it was like
I guess you could do that with like plugins.
Yeah, I was about to say. I will say I have been jumping back to Amazon listing. I've been itching for some HyperX stuff specifically, but I used to have these Audio Technica studio headphones that I got at a music store, but I lent them to my mother a while ago and I saw her today, and she like spent a great deal of time looking for them, and now she's obsessed with finding them, so she's gonna keep looking until she finds them. Because, and honestly, with the thing I just bought, I don't really need them, but I will take them because they're studio headphones and they're mine. But I just was like, she was just like, you can just see, if you were to meet my mom, you could see where my micro obsessions and my moving shit around comes from. It's very obvious, and people will be like, "Why do you do that?" And I'd be like, "Mitter." It's funny too, because I say
get it from my mom.
the only clothes I save on Amazon anytime are like always underwear. You'll never catch me saving outer layers on Amazon.
You know, my mom, she'll be like, she's kind of germophobic the way I am, but like she'll do something
Germa,
like, I'm a huge fan of Germa. She'll do something like, like washing your hands after touching something, or like rinse off like a thing. Yeah. And then she'll be like, "Sorry, it's just one of my things." It's like, "Mother, you do not have to justify this to me."
If I meet your mother and she touches some shit and doesn't wash her hands, or she doesn't say that, I'm going to kill her.
But she'll do that, and it's like, "Mother, did you not just see me wash my hands like twice after touching a stick of butter?"
Yeah.
Like, you don't have to justify this to me.
I am not a germaphobe, but I do just find ick in touching stuff. I don't know what exactly a sensation of germophobia is when it like comes over you, but I just have like sensory.
It's just a feeling of like dirtiness. Like you feel like it's like kind of the same vein as like contamination OCD, of like and I wonder if that's like a related thing,
aka germophobia.
But, yeah. But it's like the way that it is for me, because weirdly enough, I'm a germaphobe, but also I live in trash and garbage because I have too much ADHD to actually like clean up my environment consistently and care for the space around me. So it's like I'm constantly surrounded by just garbage and filth.
Oh yeah.
While also being like, no, but I hate it. But I can't do anything about it.
Exactly.
Like I won't clean up like the dishes or like trash or whatever in this room because I don't want to touch it.
I'm just big on, my thing is like washing my hands anytime they don't feel how they always feel when they're clean, and it's never a consistent thing. There's a lot of different like weird feelings I can get from my hands, but it's never it's not like dirty. It's just like different sensory things. It's always
been one trigger that I've had forever, which is that if my hands are sticky in any way, or any part of my body is sticky, if like, I don't know, like maybe like a bit of tape or something like on my arm, like, like I've had, if you like have a Band-Aid and you take off the Band-Aid, leave some like adhesive there where you like took it off. It's if there's any amount of sticky on my body, I fucking despise it. And I've gone on record before saying that if I had to have like, if I had to have sticky hands for any extended period of time, I would rather just chop them off.
I can't think of anything off the top of my head that is like, I'd rather die than have that on me.
Yeah. I've always had like a sensory thing with like some stuff like that throughout
if you're gonna
like
put
my
me
whole
in,
life. But
if you're gonna put me in underwear, you may as well kill me. Clothes were meant to be worn against the skin.
They were meant to repress us. But I've always had like a sensory thing with that, and anytime like, because I recognize now that's like probably like a part of my neurodivergence, that being like a common thing is like sensory stuff.
Oh my god, are you in there?
But anytime I would try to Oh my god. Anytime I would try to look it up beforehand, I would always be like, aversion to these textures, fear of these textures, like phobia of like certain textures. And every time the only thing that would come up would just be tryptophobia. It's like, I don't have tryptophobia. I don't care about the fucking holes. I don't want to be sticky. That's not the same thing.
I would look it up and it would just be like George W. Washington. I'd be like, I'm not looking for George W. Washington.
I don't want to touch I don't want to touch old dry napkins and paper. I don't want to touch wax paper. I don't want sticky shit on my hands.
Then don't shake my dad's hand.
Does he stay sticky?
No. His hand feels like a napkin if you pulled it out of an elementary school trash can. Which is not true.
What would you describe the texture of your hands to be? Like the natural state of your hands. How are they just ambiently?
When my hands are in their most default state, they're usually they're just like perfectly soft. They like smell good because usually I've just washed them. They just they would just be really soft and like I wouldn't think they're there unless I'm touching something. What sucks is that what I hate is when I start touching anything on my desk when I'm playing some shitty game, I don't want to name an actual game, so let's just say like Sonic Unleashed. So it's funny, I was trying to say Mario Sunshine and Sonic came out, so I just followed through with the Sonic joke, but I meant to say Mario Sunshine. But anyway, when I am like holding a controller, or I'm like, I don't know, playing Warzone, so it's mouse and keyboard, or I'm like streaming and I'm doing that stuff, or I'm BigWowBig using my Stream Deck profile or whatever, and like I can touch any of this stuff and I'm sweating, so I can like see and feel all the sweat that's touching all the shit, and I hate it. So I guess that's like the closest thing to that I have, but it's not. I have a lot of weird sensory things anyway. Like I would say my biggest sensory thing that if I told people about it, if I listed off my things that bug me in terms of that, this would probably be like the thing that would confuse them the most, is that I am always wearing socks and or shoes. My bare feet are never touching the ground unless I'm in the shower or like in a pool or something. I have never, honestly, the only surface I would walk around regularly with my bare feet is like the beach, but I don't fucking like feeling the ground. I don't like feeling the shit on the ground on my feet. I hate it. It makes me feel like I don't like a lot of kids grew up just like walking around their neighborhood and shit with their bare feet. No, you will never catch my feet
very rarely
exposed
wear socks,
for many reasons.
Especially in my own home. And as I walk about this carpeted room that I'm in, every so often I'll fully clean up in here, and then I'll vacuum the carpet, and then I'll stand on it, and I'll be like, oh, that's what it's supposed to feel like. It's not supposed to feel like misery and crumbs.
A freshly vacuumed carpet is like a
last
really
time I
satisfying feeling. It also
carpet.
looks good.
This was because I was cleaning up my room.
I've been there
to film the BigWowBig return trailer that you know what, you've seen it, 2 years. I was sweeping up my room, sweeping up the carpet, and the vacuum began to catch fire.
Yo.
It started puffing out smoke as I was vacuuming. And I thought that it was just maybe I was just being overly sensitive, about thinking the vacuum is being too loud when I was using it. But that shit sounded like fucking NASCAR when I turned it on. Turned on the vacuum, it was like, and I was like, this is normal. And then it started puffing out smoke, and I was like, this isn't normal. I think you have quite a luxury there, not having carpet where you are. And I would probably prefer to not have carpet in this room, just because, one, it retains a lot of heat, and I'm in Arizona. And two, I shed a lot. I have hair that goes pretty much to my ass at this point, and it surprises me every time that I brush it, the fact that I'm not bald, and a lot of it just ends up on my carpet. So much hair just everywhere, and it is just the worst. I wish I could just sweep it all up, but no, it gets finely entangled into the carpet, and it's just a pain.
Well, for one thing about your claim about, like, I'm so lucky to have hardwood, but you don't live with my dog, so no, I'm not. It's not the same. Like, it's not as glorious as you think it is. My dog sheds like
I'm saying in this
like
specific
every breath.
instance, you're lucky.
Yeah,
to
and
have
I'm
that.
explaining the real instance that I'm throwing this instance in your face right now. Speaking of that, the hardwood, it just becomes painted with that fucking hair, and it's insane, and there's so much of it. And like, I also I have hair that goes like halfway down my back now, and I shed an ass load every day too. My tile bathroom floor is like basically carpet now, and it's fucking horrible. And I weirdly enough have like the most weirdly privileged thing that I have a Roomba that I just let go in my bathroom all the time, and it gets the job done. And I for the record, I did not pay for a Roomba for my corridor bathroom. I did not do that. It was just a hand-me-down that a family member didn't want anymore. But yeah, no, I let go so much hair, and that's the thing about that. That's why I let that dog up here the least amount physically that I can. But sometimes I just have to have her up here because she's ridiculous, and it's why I don't let her in my bed either, because I can like tell when I'm trying to sleep and there's hair all up in that shit. Sometimes I can make myself ignore it, but it's like going to bed. Like, I have a pretty strong will with going to bed under certain circumstances because I'm too tired to like fix them, even though they're bugging me. There's a strong motivation in giving up sometimes. Just letting the shit be the shit for the night and giving up. Let it all hang loose.
Let it all hang. I go thrifting decently often, and every time I go to a Goodwill, I always see a Roomba or some kind of floor cleaning robot in the electronics, and I always have to wonder, what's wrong with it? Why
You
why
go
is it
thrifting?
here?
Oh my god, that's so neurodivergent of you.
Oh my god. That it's like, I feel like something like that, like a vacuum, is something that you don't get rid of unless it doesn't work anymore.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know why you would get rid of a vacuum.
You also
if it
don't really need to
works.
get rid of a husband unless it doesn't work anymore either. So, you know,
Yeah, you lazy deadbeat.
we need a new vacuum. Also,
You think you get with somebody who's like divorced, and you have them fill out the resume like, give us the contact information of your previous employers. Just like go talk to their ex.
well, there's probably some circumstances in which that is technically true.
So I was with Dave for 5 years.
I was
good
his puppy.
recommendations. It's you're listed here as a dirty little slut. Yeah, that was my position.
I can hear every like background thing, and I have like direct microphone feed in my headphones for context, but I can hear like it's not like my gain doesn't change in my ears. It just changes on like how it inputs into the PC, but my input always sounds the same to me. So I can, if my volume's high enough, I can hear like everything going on in this apartment ridiculously vividly. So if like my dog's like claws are like tic-tacking across the floor, it sounds like it's like happening behind me, like right next to me, or like, and it's like sometimes I just am like, ew.
Too much noise.
I get too much water stuck in my ears. I always just like start moving my jaw in a weird way, and then like water rumbles around in my ear, and it makes me hear weird for like 5 seconds. And I'm pretty sure there's like a device that can help with that. That can help cleanse the ear like that. I want to figure out.
Probably.
I want to figure out if there is, and if there is, I want to get one.
There's like a specific device that's just for popping your ears.
Yeah. There's
things for everything.
Yeah. Rule 35. There's a tool for everything.
There's a tool.
If you can think of something,
everything.
there's a tool for it.
It's like the opposite of
And Rule 36 is we don't talk about Rule 35.
It's like the opposite of Adam Savage's book. Every tool is a hammer.
I don't know that book.
That's just his book about his experience as in like the world of effects.
The world of effects.
Yeah.
I live in the world of causes.
Ow.
I don't know how much more podcasts we could throw you guys.
I don't think there's really much more to throw. We've been going for over an hour now.
We've thrown you guys a whole lot of free Friday content.
Yeah, happy Friday.
We can only holster so much without just holding it and dangling it above your heads because you're too short to reach because you're not paying us enough money on Patreon. We just make you dance like little wiener dogs.
If we are to say goodbye at this very moment, wish everybody a good day.
And I guess that is
a good night, actually.
See you later, everybody.
Go give yourself a kiss in the mirror.